How does the way that we were rewarded as kids shape the way we chase success as adults?
Oh, it is a hard question. I thought we would start with easy questions, but that's okay. So let me tell you my story then. Okay, uh, I was I was very successful in school. I ranked 56 among 1 million students. I got into top college. I received Fulbright scholarship and studied at Harvard. Perfect GPA 4.0. Then I got into Cambridge, University of Cambridge. I finished my PhD and I spent 1 year at MIT as a visiting scholar. Then I did research and I got the best young research award and everything. I was very successful. Everything is perfect. People were looking up to me. And then I started to work professionally. Then something happened. I couldn't name it. I was all of a sudden I was very anxious. And I said, everything is great. I have a great background and I'm very successful and everything. Then I realize my happiness is based on success. Like I can't be happy unless I achieve something. So it is very fragile. And I was seeking achievement of success all the time. Then I asked myself, then why am I seeking approval all the time? Because when you seek achievement and success, because you want to be approved all the time. Then I realized it started in childhood. When parents start giving rewards and praising all the time, the child thinks I am successful only if I am successful enough. Sorry, I am happy or
Right.
accepted by my parents only if I am successful. I receive reward or I receive praise. Then I look into it and I did my own research. And rewards and praise create approval seeking children, and they can't be happy as they are. They become externally validated. What we want is internal validation. So, my answer to your question, rewards and praise create approval seeking children, which is very fragile. We want people who are happy for who they are, even if they don't succeed, even if they don't achieve anything, they are valuable as a person. So this is the kind of uh, personality rewards and praise create.
It's
Yeah.
really it's really interesting. And number one, congratulations. It is a lot of rewards and praise that you deserved. I mean, it's not easy to have those accolades and to get a full ride into Harvard and then to follow up with MIT as an addition. And I think I read Fulbright um, scholar as well. And I mean, there's a lot of things that you brought to the table, and what you're describing is something that a lot of people in business and in life find, is that um, each new level, each new achievement often comes with an emptiness that they didn't expect. You work so
Yes.
hard to get that level of achievement, and then you're like, oh, if I could just be here, and
Yeah.
then it dies and it's a part of you. It's funny. One simple story. I started a business many years ago, and then 2016 I started a new business and built it up pretty quick. And in our community of a couple 100,000 people in the city of Chesapeake, Virginia, we won Small Business of the Year award. And
Yeah.
they call and let me know that we win this award, and I'm like, oh, that's great. We were voted on by peers. It was a big thing. And I pull into the parking lot, and I realize that I didn't tell my kids, my wife, my parents. Like, it was just another thing that it was like, of course we're Small Business of the, like, that is ridiculous. Like, what am I even? I'm not excited about this. And then I got
Yeah.
into the parking lot and I looked in the mirror and I was like, these are the very things that are a part of the ride that you should be celebrating, because they are exciting, and everyone around you would be excited. And we ended up going in, and I had a bunch of my employees come in. We had a great time, but it was a moment in the mirror where I looked at it, and it was something where I should be celebrating with others, but instead I was in the car by myself moving on to the next thing. And
Yes,
I think it
yes,
describes what you're it's not educational, but it's just another level of that mindset that has to shift. And once it does, intrinsic becomes so much more valuable than extrinsic.
yes. I think Leonardo DiCaprio forgot his Oscar prize. Uh, Probably, I am just assuming, probably he worked for it and he received it, and like in 1 hour, it lost meaning, and he forgot. So, but when your motivation is intrinsic and it's always there, gives you energy. But if your motivation is extrinsic, like reward price, it's like a battery. You fill it and it goes empty again. So what we want is intrinsic motivation, not uh, extrinsic motivation.
So when it comes to researching this topic, it's got to be a very difficult topic because as a parent, a lot of parents think they're doing good by building the confidence of their children. And in building confidence, there's a lot of praise that goes with that and celebration. And what did your research find in supporting maybe that there's a better way? Maybe there's another way that you could be coming
Yes.
about it.
Yes. So I did my own research in this. I was very interested in why parents and teachers praise. Why are they doing this? Yeah. And I collected data from parents. I asked them how often they praise their children, how often they offer rewards, how often they punish, and whether uh, it was one research. And I found those who praise and reward are also the same parents who also give punishment. And it makes sense because when you care about the outcome only, it is the same thing. You try to motivate the child with punishment. If it doesn't work, you do it with reward. So it is the part of a mindset which is controlling mindset. Parents who are more controlling use more praise and more reward. So it's a one way to control the child. Okay. I did another research. Again, I asked them how often they praise, how often they reward, and how often they punish, uh, and how much they support the children's autonomy, right? So, autonomy supportive parenting means this: you care about your child's feeling. If the child doesn't do something, you try to understand. You explain things. You are more interested in the process rather than the consequences or outcome. Again, I found those who praise and reward are the least autonomy supporting parents. So, praise and rewards are used to control the child. I did another research. I also asked them whether they res- disrespect their children. For instance, I asked them, how often do you make fun of your child? How often do you make your child feel guilty? How often you embarrass your child? How often you interrupt your child's sentences? So it's a disrespect, right? I found the same thing. And there was a correlation between disrespect and offering reward and praise. So people use this to control their children. So what is the solution? The solution is to move from controlling your child to connecting with your child. So if the child doesn't want to do something, the first instinct is to make the child do it. Rather than making the child do it, we have to understand why the child doesn't want to do it. So you don't want to do your homework. Let me understand why whether you are having difficulty, whether you are finding it boring, let me help you. Let's figure this out together. So the solution is to move from control to connection. Yeah, this is the solution.
Yeah, and it makes a lot of sense. I mean, I think there's a couple of things that come to my mind. Number one, there's a time when you're parenting to where it's homework driven and you can understand, for example. But if they're trying to run across the street and they don't listen, I don't I don't care to understand why they're doing that because I just need to
Uh,
protect them. And so
Yes,
that becomes a challenge that a line that parents often struggle with because there's a line of protection and provision and providing, and then there's the other line of connecting and developing. How do you balance between those two based on your research? And I would imagine, if I always am seeking to understand, but then there are moments where I need to be um very protection. So it's very protected. So for example, a 3 or 4 year old who doesn't want to do something, it's great to understand why. So YouTube has this cool feature where they pick the next video for you, and it's right here on this screen. So I hope you enjoy this next video.